You're,
Here,
it's your boy Is,
it's your girl Jazz.
and welcome to another episode of the Hot Talk Show. So today we got a spicy ass topic today. Men or women might be in their bag on this one. I don't know what you think. You think they might be in their
Most
bag?
likely.
Most likely. She
Yeah.
got an attitude problem. Yeah, she ain't ready in her bag. But today's topic gonna be what women want versus what men want when it comes to a relationship.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna start. Always ladies first. Hot talk show. Always bring the ladies first. You know what I'm saying? So always ask the questions first.
Better.
So we're gonna do it, right? I'm gonna say
Mhm.
better have. All right. So personal question from you. So what are your needs from a
My needs. Well, it's a very short list because I'm
man?
very
Surprisingly.
not why surprisingly.
Y'all women got a lot of standards, but go ahead.
No, I mean, I look at things from a different perspective.
Mhm.
I don't really have super high standards because that's just not how I was raised. I just expect the man that I'm dealing with or my partner to be respectful,
Mhm.
to give me an environment to um, be my feminine self, and that comes with honesty, that comes with transparency, and allow me.
But are you feminine though?
I'm very feminine with the right person. It literally.
Why do people it got to take the right person for you to bring out your? No,
If
that's supposed
you
to be
are,
natural.
if
What we talk about with the how we need to talk crew. But go ahead.
I'm very feminine with the right person. If you are doing things that I don't deem respectable and I have an attitude most of the time, it's
Mhm.
because of things that you're doing. Like, I'm so easygoing, I'm so laid back. Like, if I'm annoying or if I
Mhm.
have an attitude or if I'm angry, nine
Mhm.
times out of 10 it's because of your actions.
Right. But you're supposed to be naturally feminine, though. I
I'm
feel that's an
naturally,
excuse. You got to
you
find the
like
right
I just said,
partner.
you have to give me the environment. If I'm consistently being triggered, if I'm constantly in my head worrying about you and your actions and what you're doing, I'm going to be the opposite of what a woman is supposed to be. Like, you have to give
But
women,
you said, right?
wait, you
Do your
have
thing.
to give me the environment. A lot of women, you have to give women the environment to feel honorable so they can be feminine and soft with you
Right.
guys. If you moving crazy with me and moving wacky and your behavior is wacky, like, I'm gonna be like,
But
no thanks.
hmm
And I'm not gonna be as soft. I'm gonna talk to you like a
so,
nigga.
like, am I allowed to interject?
Yes.
Sure. All right. So, but you speaking as if like you're already going to a relationship, right?
Hmm.
With not being feminine. Like you making it seem like okay, I'm not feminine, but I have to find this right individual to make me feminine. So what I'm saying is, as a woman, you're supposed to be feminine already from a natural standpoint.
Right.
Nobody shouldn't make you feminine.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's
I'm
how you
saying
sound to me.
there has to be an environment conducive to
To
me
keep your feminine,
staying
keep
in
you
my
feminine,
feminine
right?
energy. If you're lying to me and doing things that I don't respect,
Hmm.
9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna be soft with you.
Right.
That's just.
So
Wait, I
go
wasn't.
ahead, do your
You
thing.
asked me what was the question? What do I what?
I say, what are your needs from a man?
Oh, what did I say? I
You
said
said respect.
respect the
Yeah.
environment, transparency, allow me to be who I am, and just be a provider. Like,
Okay.
and that comes with, like, when a man does all of those things, like, I'm at my knees, like,
Hmm.
I'm not worshiping you, but
Yeah.
I'm super submissive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What
I mean,
about you?
what about me? My
With
motto,
men.
bro. Y'all always there. Fuck out of here. Watch your mouth. Me don't swing that way. Me never swing that way. But
with women.
my needs from a woman, like same thing like you, probably like respect, um, support, and like honesty. To be real, and a lot of niggas gotta really like be honest. Like the most important things is like sex.
Okay.
Like just sex me on a regular. Like I don't ask for much.
What's
Like
on the regular? Like,
it could be
three times,
like 3 times a week.
3 times a week, four
Yeah.
times a week,
Like, no,
every day?
no. To me, it's 3 times a week. 3 times a week. It don't have to be every day of the week, but 3 times a week. That's sexing me on a regular to me. It's 3 times a week. You know what I
So if,
mean?
okay, so
Yeah.
on the days where you're not having like relations, like do you want other things from your woman? Like
No, like other than sex, I could say like respect. Respect is the most important thing
I
nowadays.
was talking like sexually, like
What you mean? I'm confused, bro.
what are you confused about? Okay, so sex is like intercourse. There's other things
Yes.
besides intercourse that you can do with your partner
Yeah,
to
but
be
that's
sexual.
too like TV 14, bro.
You mean TVMA?
MA, whatever you call it. I want to buy my random man like that. What I
Oh,
like, that's
please.
between me. Like, what you
I
mean?
mean,
But
it's just a question. Like, you prefer if y'all don't have sex 3 times a week.
mhm.
I mean, if you do have sex 3 times a week, the other days, like, you at least want to do
No, we
something.
not. Yeah, we don't have to like. We could spend quality time or something like that. Like, it don't have to be nothing sexual. That's what I'm saying. Like, I like to me, like sex 3 times a week is enough for me. And if we're not doing that, we could do something. We could hang out. We could spend quality time. We could watch movies together. Like to me, like my needs from a woman too is like quality time and
Hmm.
like respect. And nowadays, men like respect. That's men love women who respect them the most.
Right.
Modern day men, and don't lie, we value respect more. Y'all can have all these good qualities of y'all can look good, y'all can be pretty, and y'all can have good sex, but if y'all don't respect that man, he might still leave y'all.
Right. So then
Hmm.
the man has to also like hold himself accountable and say, am I respectable? Are my behaviors
This is good.
respectable? Do I move to this woman as someone who is respectable? Because everyone is different. You might feel like you should be respected,
Hmm.
but certain behaviors that you do are not okay with the woman and she doesn't respect you because of that. Like, for instance, if you do something and then you're thinking in your head, oh, it's not a big deal, like you're
Hmm.
making a bigger issue than what it needs to be.
Right,
In my head I could be like, yo, you violated, like
right, right,
this
right.
is this I can't respect that, and I'm actually kind of
So
turned
you
off
mean to
by
tell
it.
me that, right? I'm sorry to cut you off. That you don't have some women that just disrespect their man. Like a woman always got to have a reason to disrespect their man.
No, I'm sure there's some people
Right.
out there
Like, come on
that
now. We're
just
gonna be
don't.
realistic.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm
God.
speaking from a standpoint of someone that's just not out here disrespecting people. Like 9 times out of 10 is for a reason. It's because of your actions.
Mhm.
If I'm disrespecting you, you've probably done multiple things that I don't find respectable.
This is my problem with modern day women. There's always got to be a reason why you don't respect a
There's
man.
a reason for everything.
Not everything though. Not everything all the time. It's not a reason all the time. Because I know people who guys be respectable and they women just not respect them. She's still mouthy and da 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 and all that. I mean, that's what he was saying to me. I ain't saying no names, but that's what he said to me. And he's the most respectable guy. And I haven't asked her, like, because he's one of my close friends,
Hmm.
stuff like that. But I didn't go to them and say, yo, so and so said this. But I'm like, yo, like, what, like, is it more bad or good when it comes to dating my one of my friends? And she said it's more good. Like, he respect me. He don't show no disrespect. And then he said to her, then when I asked him, he was like, yo, I'm like, what was one of her flaws? And he was like, yo, she just don't respect me. Like, she mouthy. She don't follow my authority, bro. So
Hmm.
you have some women out here, right, who just go into the relationship not respecting the person who they with.
Right.
So we come on, we're not gonna act like that don't exist,
No, I'm not
right?
acting like it doesn't exist. I'm just saying,
Hmm.
from my perspective, if you're not being respected, it's because of your actions. And then you have to come back to a common ground and like recalibrate and be like, hey, we
Hmm.
don't respect each other. What
Right.
what are you doing?
Hmm.
And what am I doing? And how can we get back on the same page?
Right. So you know your boy is right.
Yep.
Always gotta do his research,
Do
right?
your research.
So we doing what men need versus what women need in the relationship, right? So fellas, if you're in a relationship, right, and you don't know what your women need, and she ain't telling you, she just want to get her attitude. It's lack of communication in the relationship. But your boy is got some things for you. So these are some things what women want from a man
What they say. This is what they say on the internet.
on the internet or from my basic knowledge. All right.
Okay.
Um, Hold on, your boy is always gotta a little time. Give me a little. All right, so 5 things women want from a man, and comment down below. Like, whether y'all disagree or agree with this, right? So all right. So here, number one, women love a man that make them feel safe. I'm gonna read them first, and then right? Two, women love honesty and trust. So she have to be honest, and she have to trust. You have trust, right? Women love a man that can carry himself. Women want to feel important, fellas. And number five, women love a man that makes them feel heard. So you know me, I'm gonna ask you since you're women, all right? So I
Mhm.
want you to speak to all right. So what do you think when they mean a woman love a man that make them feel safe? Like how can a man make a woman feel safe?
Make me feel safe. Like when we go outside,
Hmm.
like keep me next to you.
Okay.
Like hold my hand. Like I like all that PDA stuff. Like
Hmm.
put your arm around
I
me.
mean,
Yeah, like
hmm
just be on guard. Not like
hmm
in a rough way where you're trying to fight everybody,
right,
but
right, right,
like
right.
just hold me close to you. Let me make me feel like I'm yours, you know?
Right. So you don't think there's nothing else a man could do other than like being outside, he holding your hand and stuff. I feel like a man can make a woman feel safe when it comes to like
Yeah.
emotional safeness, like being that whatever I tell you, don't go back and tell other people what I told you.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
keep it within us.
Right. Keep it
I could
private.
be emotionally safe with you as well.
Yeah, emotionally safe. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right. And moving on along, right? When they say women love a man that can make them feel important. So how can a man make a woman feel important?
Think about me. Even when you're not around me, think about me. Like
Hmm.
you know what I like. You know my favorite foods, my favorite colors. You know everything about me basically. So when you go outside, you know I like mangoes. You know, pick me up a mango and bring it back home and be like,
Pick up a $2 chain or something.
yeah, or
Yeah.
like
Just be thoughtful.
buy me a flower, my favorite flower, or my favorite bottle of water. Buy me some essential water.
Yeah.
Think about your partner.
So do I make you feel important?
You you
Be honest. Bet.
yeah,
Oh
you're
wow.
working on it.
Oh wow. So how can a woman be heard? Like
Well,
just
listen, it's
listening.
simple. Listen and
No,
act.
not
No,
listening. No. To me, I'm sorry to cut you off.
you asked
Cause,
me a question and you cut me off.
'cause everybody gonna say listen.
No, I wasn't done with
Yeah,
my
do your thing.
thought.
Do your thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, do your thing.
Listen
Hmm.
to things that I say and actually comprehend what I'm saying.
Comprehend.
Right, because I'm saying it for a reason. If we're speaking on a topic and
Yes. Yes.
you still I feel like you're still not comprehending it, like take
Hmm.
the time out to really understand
How
what
can a
I'm
man make a
saying.
woman feel important?
By always having her in your thoughts.
Hmm.
Basically, like you know what your woman likes, right?
Hmm.
So if you know I like mangoes,
Mangoes.
pick me up a mango on your way home from work, or if you step out, you know I like coffee, buy me a cup of coffee, like just think about your woman.
Mhm.
That's going to make your woman feel important.
Okay. What about like I could say my own input is listening.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But not just listening, but actually doing that action because people. It's a difference between like actually listening and understanding.
Hmm.
Like understanding is okay, I understand how you feel, but listening is actually you doing the action. So if somebody telling you how they feel, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's go by action. So a the way to make your girl or your man to feel heard is doing the action. If they tell you how they feel,
Hmm.
and if you doing it by action, it make them feel heard.
Okay.
Don't say, "Babe, I understand. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I understand." And sometimes you do that just because you just want them to be quiet.
Right. I
You
agree.
just want to hear their mouth no more. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But moving on along. So now, your boy is do his research, right? So I got some needs that a man want from a woman. I don't think y'all ready for this. I don't think women ready for this.
I'm ready.
You
I'm
ain't
sure we're
ready. You
ready.
sure you ready?
Like
All right.
it's not
I
difficult.
gotta find it. Let me find it. What men want for women. Are y'all ready for this? Attractiveness,
Hmm.
intelligence,
Hmm.
honesty,
Hmm.
right? Trust, independence, respect, and sex.
That was way longer than the
Obviously.
females list.
No. I just did that by mistake. I did that. I'm trying to make it seem like we want, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like, so what you think when they say respect? So since I'm a man, I'm gonna start first.
Right.
So with respect, meaning like stop being mouthy.
Don't be mouthy.
Follow your man authority, women.
All
Let
right.
him lead. Gotta do your thing. I know women want to interject.
Follow your authority. What if
Right.
your authority isn't respectable? Like, what if your authority is not something that I agree with?
The only way that it might not be good if it fail. Yes, that's the only way you can find out it's authority. It's not great authority. Just because it might not sound like it is, that don't mean that it's going to fail or it's not good authority.
Right.
Because some women, right? And I said this, and we talked about this earlier. I was like, is it that men are bad leaders or women just bad followers? So how do you feel? How can a woman be a good follower to a man that's potentially could be a good leader though?
Give me great things to follow.
No. See, I asked her, right? How can a woman be a good follower to a man? I'm talking about from a woman, like, you know.
If I know that the person that I'm following and that the person is leading me in the right direction, I'm not going to question anything that you're trying to get me to follow.
But that's not true.
I
bro.
know I need to know that what I'm following is respectable and that I have to honor what you're showing me, and then I'll follow like with no problem. This is what I feel like a lot of people don't understand when it comes to submission and women following their men.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, because I'm not going to let you lead me into unhappiness and into doom. Like,
so you mean to tell, and this is why I feel like modern day women feel like it always got to be a reason why you don't follow a man authority. So you mean to tell me that you don't have some women out here who go into the relationship being non-submissive? They go into the relationship not following their man authority. They go into the relationship being mouthy, disrespectful, and stuff like that. So what I'm saying is, right? How can a woman be a good follower without saying the man got to show you this? He got to give me a reason to be a good follower. Because some men will give you a good reason, but women don't know how to still follow. So I'm saying is, and I want to talk to the audience too. Is it that men are not good followers nowadays, good leaders nowadays? I'm sorry, or women just not good followers? So I'm asking, right? And even the people in the audience, comment down below. I'm asking you, how can a woman be a good follower without you always bringing a man reason into it?
I mean, listen to your man, basically.
Exactly.
Like,
what else? Now let's get real.
I'm not gonna say like, I mean, we have to have our voices too and our opinions, but like, take his advice and support him and whatever he got going for himself, like, just be supportive and be there and follow up behind him. Like, if you
Right.
know he has to go to work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., like,
Right.
at least like be in the background and make sure everything else is taken care of.
Right.
Like, I'm letting you lead the way and you're coming home to everything that you need so you can have the energy and the support to keep doing what you need to do. Like,
Right.
I'm allowing you to lead and I'm in the background supporting you.
Right. And what you think? What they mean about like and I kind of want to interject on that too, like a little more too, like and this is where I feel like with men, like how a man can lead a woman, or how 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 a man can lead a woman, right?
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna be like biased or sexist and all that stuff. Like, the more you got to give her a reason. You have to like money, finance. You gotta provide security, because you have to make her feel secure that I could trust you. That you know what I mean. Let me see what else. What else? How could a man lead a woman to me? Let me see. Instead of money, let's say
Keeping your word.
your word, trust. I ain't think about that. I'm sorry. Trust. You got to be loyal, committed. You can't be a cheater and expect your women to respect you. I'm gonna be real. Like
or flirt.
flirt ain't that bad. But yeah, all right, you can't flirt online. You can't do all that stuff. So men out there, if you want your women to like, follow you or submit to you, like you gotta get that bread. You gotta get your bread up. She gotta trust you, and you just have to be loyal. That's my aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Move it on along. I don't think I had no on that one. Move it on along. Um, when they said independence though, and I'm surprised though. Some women gonna think, oh, like if you're supposed to pay for everything. If a man want a woman to be independent, that means he don't got much. A man's supposed to provide all that. He's supposed to pay for the bills, pay for the car, and all that stuff. So I'm so surprised that they actually said that men like want women to be independent though. I'm surprised about that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I guess it's different perspectives.
Because independent don't always mean like money all the time. Think?
I mean,
You feel it's always money, like having money.
9 times out of 10, yeah, if you're independent, you can carry your own and you don't need anyone's help. So money falls in place with that. I just feel like everyone individually.
Independent, you can figure out things on your own, even in your own life. Like you don't need me for everything. Okay, I could see that's what I'm saying. I'm a deep thinker. Like you don't need. All right, the only thing you need me for is money. But other than money, you don't need me for everything, though.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. Like I could unclog a toilet and
without me calling me for everything.
plaster a wall without you.
Like have your own mind. Like learn how to solve your own problems. That's being independent.
Right. I feel like man or woman, you should discover your individuality before you like connect with another person. Like you should have your own independence before you even decide to like move into like deeper connections or serious connections, like even marriage. Like you need to have your shit in place
Right.
before you become a union with someone else. So that's what I think about when I say independence.
Right. Right. So nowadays, right, I have another question. So who make relationships like harder? Like women or men though nowadays?
That's a silly question.
It's not a silly question.
I think it's silly.
How is it silly?
Depends. You can't generalize it. You can't put it in a box. Like that's people have their own personalities and every couple is different. Like I don't think men or women, like it's not a competition on who makes the relationship
I'm not talking about competition.
harder. I mean, but if you're saying like who versus who, like who makes it more difficult? Like I feel like we all have our equal vices when it comes
women
to
with y'all standards though. Y'all make it hard.
Every woman now you can't
like y'all got more standards when it comes in there.
That's every woman is different. You're just not the men who say that, you're just not choosing the right women. You're looking in the wrong field for a woman.
It's a good way to put it, but I still disagree with that. I'm still gonna go by. I feel women nowadays, modern day women, majority of women. All right, maybe that's you. Maybe you got a little women who don't care, they don't ask for much. But majority of women nowadays, they ask for a lot. And I'm a type of person that you have to meet your standards.
Everyone should meet their standards.
Because a lot of women out here, and I might sound crazy, y'all have high standards, but y'all don't meet like what y'all want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you want a man that have a lot of money, but what money do you have?
Right.
You want a man that have a nice car, but do you have a nice car?
That's just a person who lacks common sense. If you think you're supposed to get more from a person if you can't even provide that for yourself.
Exactly.
Then you're actually stupid and you're not thinking with common sense.
Exactly.
What? Like I'm not gonna ask a man to do a million things for me if I can't do it for myself. Like
exactly.
I'm not gonna make you feel obligated to have a car and always get into the bag if I'm not doing it for myself. Like I'm like meet me where I'm at, I'll meet you where you are.
Right.
And if you love that person, it kind of doesn't matter. Like of course it matters because you want to see your person that you're with achieve their goals and you want them to better themselves, but none of that really matters if you care about the person because y'all can figure out a way to do it together if you're not meeting each other on the level that you want to be.
And all right, so can we be real? Because I always talk about this too, right? So can we say like women's standards got higher the more they got independent though? Like soon as women would start to work and vote and like they voice being heard, like you don't think that's part of the reason why like women's standards got higher? Because I feel like when they had less independency, when they depended more on a man back then, women had lower standards back then. They standards probably I just want to get treated right and I want a man just be committed to me.
Right.
I feel like the more independent women got, like a woman could work, have the same job as a man. So I don't need no man, so and so. So they standards got higher to me.
Sure, that's a variable as to why.
That's one of mine.
I feel like the feminist movement and all that stuff kind of brainwash women into thinking that we don't need men. Because I'm not a
They do.
feminist. I don't agree with that whole movement because
Mhm.
it's you're trying to be a man. Like you're trying to live a lifestyle that's not for you.
Mhm.
And that plays into like a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to get into, but like women forgot how to be women.
Talk to them. So what you mean by that? Like,
Like when it comes to like really
mhm.
playing your role as a woman, like yeah, we can be independent and be bosses and have your own businesses and all that, but there's a point where you have to turn like being the boss off.
Mhm.
Because if you're coming home to your man, like they don't want to be bossed around and
Right.
getting tasks delegated to them. Like they want the soft version of you.
Right.
And
In order nowadays to keep a man nowadays, and I'm a man, like we want to feel needed.
that's
If
a
we
fact.
feel that we ain't needed, I'm like, why I'm here? Like,
Right.
it's some things that
Just for
okay,
sex.
right? Like, like women nowadays. I don't want to just brag on women, but like y'all feel like if a nigga got it's just money, everything is not money, right?
Mhm.
So it's some things that okay, you still need a guy, a man for. Like you might need him to fix the toilet for you. Yeah, he might not make as much money, but he can still offer something else.
Right. I don't need that
Like,
part. Yeah.
but I'm saying, but like the guy, like he can fix things. He could, you know, like you
Yeah.
got heavy bags. You need a man for that. You need a man for
That's
that.
basic.
It's not basic
That's
stuff. The
basic.
fix stuff in the house and all that stuff. There's some things that women still need a man for, but they think money is everything.
See, when I think about a man being a man, I'm not
Hmm.
thinking about what you can fix around the house. I'm not thinking about you carrying my bags. I'm
Hmm.
not thinking about things like that. I'm thinking about you actually
It's quality time.
being solid as a human
Right.
and in your masculine energy without it being
Hmm.
toxic.
Right. Right. Right.
You know, like I
Hmm.
want like just know what you want.
Hmm.
If you love somebody, if you like somebody, just know, all right, this is the person that I want to rock with, and I'm going to stay true to them. I'm going to be committed, I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to make sure we get to where we need to go
Hmm.
regardless of what's happening in the background. Like for instance, like say if, because it's real life, say if your partner is going through a depression, right?
Right. Right.
Because they lost a job or they're not where they want to be in life. I feel like men nowadays don't care about a woman's emotional stability. Like they'll be like, "Oh, this is you're always going through something. You're always sad. You're always this, that, and the third." Instead of actually attending to their needs and being like, "Hey, what can I do to help you get through this?
Hmm.
Yeah, I can give you advice. I can spend a little bit more time with you. I can like you can
Hmm.
figure out a way to like kind of push that person and bring that
Hmm.
person up." And
Right.
I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook as of recently of guys saying like, I'm not your therapist.
Hmm.
Like you need to go to therapy instead of bringing your traumas and your depression and your
Right.
sadness to me. And
Right. Right. Right.
that's like I just be thinking in my head like, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus be like, go to therapy? I don't want to deal with
Right.
you.
Right.
Like
Right.
you
Right.
have to have some type of compassion. And I feel like
Hmm.
a lot of men don't have compassion
Right. Right.
towards
Right.
women anymore
That's not. I don't think that's true.
because
No.
when you see
No.
women like I because on Instagram, right?
Hmm.
Do you see more of women showing off their bodies or women like showing you, like being transparent and who they are as a person and talking about their feelings and not talking down on men and really
It
being
depends on who you
transparent?
follow. Honestly, it depends on who you
Right.
follow.
I'm
Because
asking you, what do you see
I
mostly on
see
social media?
more women showing off their body more than anything to,
Right. So if
right.
you see that, because all right, let's be honest here. Like,
Hmm.
are you often on social media?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. So if that's implanted in your brain every day, if that's the type of women that you see,
Hmm.
that's how you're gonna go through life. That's your perspective on women.
That's not true. It depends on your influence, though. That's not true
That's what you're
because
being influenced by if you see it every
no,
day.
it's
Because
you
yeah,
can
I
learn from
follow.
other guys how to treat a woman, so and so, or what to look for in the women. Just because you're seeing women like half naked and stuff, that don't mean
If
like
you're
you know
following
that's
a
not true. I
bunch
disagree with
of
that.
nonsense on social media and
Hmm.
that's what you see every day, that's being implanted in your
It
brain
depends on the
every single
individual.
day.
It depends. Everybody different, bro. Because it's all about the influence, though.
The point I was trying to
Yeah.
make
What's the
is
point you're trying to make?
every woman doesn't look at a man being a man just by having a certain amount of money
I'm not. I didn't
or
say
fixing
every
things
woman, but
around the
most women.
house.
The first thing they would, if you go on a date nowadays, the first thing they're gonna worry about is how much money he make.
No,
Yes, bro.
that's the type of women you used to date.
No, but that's modern day women. Period.
I don't move like that.
You keep saying you. I'm not saying you, but modern day women gonna go by what's a nigga, what's in the nigga pockets versus like, you know, is he respectful? Is he so and so like
Right.
like do he like to spend quality time? Like is he committed? Is he loyal? You know what I mean? Like is a nigga peaceful? But
Mhm.
majority of the time, right? And this I'm gonna say something because that's why I know that money ain't everything, or for women that shouldn't be everything. Because I had I ain't had nobody, but I know somebody, right? I know somebody
Mhm.
who has a date, and she
Mhm.
had a friend that he was making good money,
Right.
but she still wasn't satisfied
Okay. He was
because
probably boring.
he was boring. No, because he made good money. Yeah, he probably was boring, but he didn't spend enough time with her. He was always working and stuff like that. His personality was trash, according to
So he's
my ex friend.
boring.
Right,
So she picked the wrong
right.
guy.
So what I'm trying to get, people to understand that like money is not everything. Because you could find a guy that have money, but he could be boring as fuck. So I'm gonna ask women, what do y'all really want? So can y'all handle a nigga with money? Can y'all handle what come with a nigga that have money? Cause he not gonna spend time with you like that. He gonna be on business trips probably 5 days of the week while you with the kids and so and so. Or you
That's
home
not
by
true.
yourself, yes.
That's just that
Yes.
type of business that he does.
But
There's men
six
out
figure
there.
men out there is not
There's
gonna have that much time.
That's not
If
true.
he got too much time, then that's a problem.
Wrong. If there's
Yes.
men out there that do other things that don't require them to even leave the house.
Only if they retired, bro. If you got a guy that come on, we hear all the time, and it's true.
There's people who are digital creators and will sit on their computer all day and make thousands and thousands of dollars
And I
and not have
guarantee you
to
they
go
probably ain't dating
anywhere.
nobody
I
because
would
they know that they probably can't make time. I feel like women like more low key, and y'all be fronting. Y'all like more quality time than money, though. But they be fronting like, oh, I want to see what's in his pockets.
I would choose a man that wasn't rich and that I could spend a lot of time with him and he
Hmm.
was honest and he was loyal and he treated me well
Hmm.
over a lavish lifestyle. I would rather live in a shoebox with someone that I know loves me and that's not going to do me dirty than with a person where I have to, like, yes, I could live a lifestyle that's lavish and be fancy or
Hmm.
just be like super stable,
Right.
but they might be doing things on the side because like they have the opportunity to do that.
Right.
I would much rather pick the person that's more
Hmm.
low key. That's just me.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but I wish it was more women like you, majority. But um, so now we talk about standards, right?
Hmm.
So we got modern day standards of what people feel men should be or what a man feel women should be. But it's always got to do his research. So now I have realistic standards from both people.
Yes.
These are realistic standards that can keep relationships or to help you find like the right person instead of making everything hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So these are some realistic standards. Find somebody that listen, right?
Hmm.
Find somebody, men or women, who accept you for who you are.
Yes. Quirks, flaws, and all.
I mean, I'm kind of 50-50 with that one. But
Why are you 50-50?
with that one, except for who they are, it depends on what they are. I'm not gonna accept just anything. Cause whatever homegirl is just a cheater, she's not loyal, and I gotta accept
Well,
that
then
she's not
that's
loyal.
yeah, that's a boundary. But I'm saying accept
Mhm.
the person for like
All
who
right. So what if like is she lazy? Like a motivation, I have to accept that.
you don't have to accept it, but there's ways around people being a certain way. A cheater can like turn their life around and be loyal. A lazy person can turn their life around and become motivated. There's always a solution. Like
All right, but what if the person never? All right, so what if you've been a person for like 5 years, 6 years, and they never change it? So I gotta still accept that.
no, you don't have to accept it. That's when you make a logical decision for yourself. If you're really unhappy with the person and be like, hey, I love you, but I need you to get on your feet. I need you to be more motivated. Like if you tried everything you possibly could because you love this person and you want to be with them and you want to see them flourish in life. If you tried everything, like literally everything,
Right.
then you can be like, okay, there's clearly something deeper here that I can't fix and I can't help. I don't know how to like work with this anymore.
Right.
Then that maybe you leaving them will push them
Right. To change.
to change.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the worst thing. You leave and then now you change for somebody else. Well, how come you
Mm.
ain't changed for me?
Well, I mean, if they
Like
really,
for real, like
if
I
they
feel away
really,
about that. You be like, what was it about me that you can't change, but now when you meet somebody else, now you changing now, then you want to meet somebody else,
well, see, if the
and I can't
person,
get that.
if I was with a person and they left me because I wasn't able to change something that they didn't like,
Mhm.
and not even just because it was something that they wanted, it would be conducive to my like success as well. And
Mhm.
if they decided to break up with me, when I got myself together, I would then like at least try to come back and be like, hey, I got myself together.
Right,
Like,
right,
can
right.
we try it again?
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's people who actually love
right.
genuinely.
And I'm gonna ask the audience. So, all right, so like, what y'all think about that? Like, you think it's always accept somebody for who they are, and you know, and number three, realistic standards, not this play standards that people what they think what should be a good quality of a man or woman.
Mhm.
Realistic standards is fun. Find somebody that's fun, who don't overthink. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Boy, you overthink all
no,
the
I do not.
time.
Fun, like, just step outside the box, do something
Yeah,
different.
spontaneous.
Spontaneous. We're arguing, then y'all fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that. Like fun. Those
You're
are good
toxic.
standards. And has the same lifetime goals.
Right.
So those are realistic standards.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they didn't say anything about, I mean, I guess that fits in with the goals. Like, because
Hmm.
I was going to say, like, if you guys share the same
Like let's say
beliefs and
beliefs.
spirituality.
I don't think spiritual. I think it mean like say if y'all both want a house or something like that. That's the same lifetime goals. Meaning that okay, we're together and
Yeah.
we both have like I want to live in a big house. Okay, I want to live in a big house too.
Right.
That's one of our same
I
lifetime
want to have
goals.
15 kids.
Right. Dig.
And you popping out 15 kids.
Word. Yeah.
Stepdaddy too. That's playing.
Yeah.
I'm weak.
Yeah. So who you think is more needy, men or women? Going by this though, who you feel is more needy?
Listen, I'm out of the loop when it comes to
Hmm.
societal norms because I think with my own mind, I
Hmm.
don't pay attention to what's really going on. Like I see what's going on social media and how women are and how men are, but I'm
Hmm.
just like I be like shaking my
Yeah.
head
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I've honestly I've had the same beliefs
Yeah. Hmm.
for a while now. Like I just don't move like that, and that's why I feel like I've only had like what 3 relationships. Wait, 1, 2, 3. What you number 3? Yeah, you number
Yeah.
3. Like I've only had 3 relationships, and
Mhm.
I'm not out here on dating sites and doing all this extra stuff because that's yeah, you can find real love like that, but people out here nowadays, like the way that their
Mhm.
mind works when it comes to loving another person, it's very vain and it's very superficial.
Mhm.
So I
Right.
don't know who's more needy. I just know about me.
I think women are a little more needy. But I could just be a little biased though. So how can a man and women needs meet? Like, what can how can I question it? Like, how can
How can we meet each other's
each
needs?
other needs though? Like,
Talk.
talk. Okay. What else?
Talk. Put your
Mhm.
phone down.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Turn the TV off.
Yep. No, it's not true. You
No.
got YouTube
No,
stuff,
yeah, but I'm
relationship
saying once
advice.
you do
Go
that,
to counseling,
yeah,
therapy,
but I'm no,
marriage counsel.
you're not hearing me. When I say turn the TV off, I mean like Netflix and all that. Like sit in your bedroom with your partner and talk.
Mm.
Sit face to face, get intimate and talk. That's another form of intimacy. You're really being transparent with your partner. Talk to your partner. Like
Mhm.
be transparent, be vulnerable.
Right.
Hey, you make me feel like this when you do this, and I want you to stop doing this, and let's figure out a way to fix it.
Right. Okay.
Let's search on YouTube. Let's go to counseling.
Sound cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound. I agree with that. That's the first time I agree with you in a while. I agree with that. Yeah. But are we done? We done here, right?
I guess so.
All right. So it'll be another episode of the Hot Talk Show.
Mhm.
Thank y'all for tuning in, and don't forget Hot Talk Show going live soon, and
Yeah.
we doing video invites. So stay tuned to that. So if you're not a person that's nervous and you want to talk your ish, come to the Hot Talk Show.
Even
and
if you are
speak it.
nervous, like put
Nah,
yourself on
don't be
camera.
nervous.
Live outside the box
Live
for a
outside the
moment.
box. Yeah, but
Do something uncomfortable.
that's a fact. Yeah, but it's been another episode of the Hot Talk Show. It's your boy Is,
It's your girl Jazz.
and peace out.
Later.